Well, welcome in everybody to round number 5 of the virtual racing Aotearoa Porsche Carrera Cup Championship tonight. We are live from Zandvoort. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, joining me in the comms box, it is man himself, Corey Kitchen. Corey, welcome in.
G'day Brad, g'day and g'day everyone. Wow, yeah, Zandvoort. Here we are, yeah, freshly done over by iRacing recently. So looking its best, but a little bit wet out there today. And Cheryl tells me, the weather lady, Cheryl, my go-to, tells me that it's going to dry up over heat 1 and there's a chance of rain for the feature. So 2 races tonight, Brad, 15 lapper and a 20 lapper with a compulsory pit stop in the second race and invert top 10.
Yeah, how good. I get behind a bit of rain every day, that is for sure. Hopefully sound levels are coming across nice and clear tonight. We've made a couple of changes. Hopefully we are nice and clear and everyone can hear us over the cars, etc. But mate, round 5 tonight basically marks the halfway stage of the championship for us.
Yeah, and back to the sprint round format, of course, tonight. And so Road Atlanta, Hockenheim, Monza, Red Bull Ring, and Imola still to come. So we've still got another 2 sprint rounds, 2 super sprint rounds, and an enduro round to come.
Yeah, too right, dear. Sorry about that, Bull. I can't help that one, mate. Cheers for the sub. Mate, I tell you what, changes in that championship order as well. As we were missing Luke Swan last week. He is here tonight, but Xavier Simmons took his opportunities and now stands on top of that table as I get those up on screen for you.
Yeah, just a select few drivers managing to win a race this year. Stefan McCartan, Luke Swan, Xavier Simmons and Brady Stanley all managing to grab themselves a win. And all of those drivers featuring in the top 10. Xavier Simmons, as you said there, at the top. And Ewan Baker and Luke Swan in the top 3. So, yeah, that drop of 2 spots for Luke Swan. But he's back with vengeance here tonight, I bet. But how good is he in the rain? We're going to find out real soon.
Yeah, certainly are. I'll tell you what have we got tonight, Corey? Looks like 33 cars in the house.
Yep, another new name there, one we were familiar with from Hyper Fiver League there, Mandela Pluck, getting a little bit of extra running in the Porsche Cup car for the big one on Thursday, Brad.
Yeah, too right, Hyper Fiber League. Well, what a night that was, wasn't it, on Thursday night? And I tell you what, get back to it again this Thursday night for round 2 of that championship. Make sure you do tune in for that one across the New Zealand sim racing channels, Twitch, YouTube. Get amongst it and see plenty of comments on the YouTube channel tonight. Good to have everyone tuning in.
Hockenheim Ring for Thursday night, is it? Yeah, it is too, yep. So that should be awesome. Not sure exactly what the race night schedule was there, but should make for some awesome racing.
That man in chat would no doubt be able to fill everyone in on what is the story there. There's not long to go in qualifying. And these drivers will go out and check out this wet conditions. I tell you what, I'd rather be up here calling the race than out there battling the conditions. We see Ellie Gardner here on screen, currently in P7. Select views tonight because the track's to you, Corey.
So that's exactly where she is in the championship too. So she managed to make it up 2 spots into P7 in the championship. So yeah, just running up, that's pretty decent. And Stefan McCartan also was missing out a couple of races and still managed to hold on and stay in there. I think that's another good story too. Someone definitely to watch out for. He's in here tonight, but let's see what the rain can does. It changes the whole complexion of the race, doesn't it? Especially when it dries out.
Yeah, it certainly does. And that's something we'll keep an eye on. Will we see anyone change tyres throughout that first race? Looks like the clouds clearing a little bit of blue sky in the air as we ride on board here with Ellie Gardner on car off into the sand track. Yeah, absolutely, it will be a very interesting race in the rain, so just reading comments on Twitch as well as YouTube. Time almost up in qualifying, and I'll tell you what, before that mistake, Ellie Gardner was on track for a pretty good lap time. But that is going to be it for qualifying, just like that. And I can confirm 2 chat boxes. It's because it's still set up from the Hyperfiber League. I don't know. I'll have to change that back. Got it open on my phone and on YouTube there, Matt. But we'll get the grids going. I can confirm, Corey, we should have Porsches, not TCRs tonight. There we go. Xavier Simmons is going to start off the front row. To his outside, it'll be Connor Brody.
Row 2, Ewan Baker, Stephen McCartan.
Out of row number 3, it'll be Brady Stanley and Josh Murdens.
Row number 4, Brendan Partridge and Ali Gardner.
Out of row 5, it'll be Bryce Harding and Jack Groenwald.
Row number 6, Hamish Barnhill and Corey Crossan.
Out of row 7, it'll be Luke Swan and Grant Crow.
Row number 8, Scott Hasler and Mandela Pluck.
Out of row 9, it'll see Hayden Guptill lining up next to Heath Mannering.
Row number 10, Sam Woodell, Brock McKinney.
Out of row 11, it'll be Caleb Beecroft and Cale James.
Row number 12, James Mills and Hamish Cleland.
Out of row 13, it'll be Ross Buchan and Daniel Hole.
Looks like we're about to go honing. Craig Brock and Stuart Patterson, 27 and 28th on the grid.
Out of 29th and 30th, it'll be Murray Howell and Alex Schuler. We're going to get time.
And Graham Smith and Jaco Venture.
And that, one more car. 33rd, lucky last. Oh, you can say it, Corey.
Phineas Venture.
There you go.
Where we go, we're going to get moving.
We're going to be into it. 2 races tonight. We're about to go racing in the first. Round 5 of the virtual racing Aotearoa Porsche Carrera Cup Championship is underway here at Zandvoort.
Great start from Xavier Simmons. Ewan Baker also getting a good jump off the line too. Just in a bit of a battle there with Connor Brody.
I'll tell you what, we are going to be, well, I'm going to be shocked if everyone makes it through this opening lap, Corey, without any incident, but as so far, so good.
It's looking like a little bit of spray out behind the cars, isn't it?
Yeah, gotta love it.
How good does it look?
Yeah, wet conditions. I could get used to these. And Matt saying earlier in the chat, someone should have let him know he would have been keen as to get amongst this bit of a wet weather specialist. But Simmons, championship leader, is out to a perfect start. Ewan Baker in behind him, Connor Brody and Stefan McCartan, those Team Blackout OPR. Running 4th and 5th at the moment. How are we, Luke?
Brendan Partridge and Jack Ronald both getting good starts as well. Jack's up 4 spots this first lap as well.
In the old 95. Ronald, sorry, just slightly distracted there momentarily. Nothing new.
Well, we got a mistake from Ellie Gardner. She's around. Looks like everybody else has got through there. She got back on track.
found ourselves going again. I'll tell you what, we haven't had too many incidents. Ross Buck and Patterson and Smythe looks like they possibly caught up early in an incident, but so far in the field, off to a good start in the wet.
How cool is that banked corner, eh?
Yeah, that is pretty cool, eh? Insane banking. Here it is here. Baker running that high line.
There's a few corners on the track that have got quite a nice bank to them. Oh, we've got another car around. I didn't quite catch who it was. Green one.
Is it Harding? Yeah, Bryce Harding. It's facing the right way now, though. Corey Crossan currently sits P9. Got a bit of clear traffic. A lot of these guys backing up from that Hyper 5 league. Yeah, Baker. One of them. Baker's been a busy man of late, racing in the weekend in the Gran Turismo racing. I believe it was Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I think it was right. You're right there. Yeah, Gran Turismo for a spot. In the E Blacks.
Yeah, to go to China to represent New Zealand. How good would that be?
Yeah, but I don't think I'd be any good at it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
It's much easier sitting up here passing judgment on it.
Yeah, 100%. Totally agree with you there, but I'll tell you what, Simmons at the moment enjoying these conditions and breaking up from the rest of the field. Baker now finding himself under pressure. It's Connor Brodie. It's the go-to is outside. Couldn't get it done though.
I think Gardner must be sporting a bit of damage. She's losing positions at the moment. A couple of cars around have got around her.
He's trying to pick her up.
She's back down in 22nd now, so she's just a bit of a battle with Hamish Cole, another car who we're normally seeing up the front of the grid, further down the pack today.
Oh, McCartan there. Gets up the inside of teammate Connor Brodie, who was all sorts of sideways through that corner, manages to hold on to it somehow. Yes. So conditions starting to catch a few. Assetto course, there you go. The GT7 was on Friday night, wasn't it? And they, I believe, racing for hot laps in a Toyota 86.
Yeah, at Hampton Downs, I believe. Yeah, that's right.
There's plenty going on in the sim racing world at the moment, that is for sure. So we are 3 laps in here at Zandvoort. And I assume I'm saying that right, Corey?
Yeah, sounds good enough to me, my friend.
Oh, look at Matt now talking about multitasking, managing to comment on both channels. Get that into you. Pick up Brady Stanley back in 6. Teammate Josh Murdens in behind. Part of that SP Tools fast lane team. I'll tell you what, one man struggling tonight. Luke Swan back from his week off. Just confuse me.
Yeah, just sitting in the middle of the pack. Luke Swan, he's managed to get up one spot from his starting position. Maybe another one here if he can get it done on MEB.
Yeah, good little battle going on here.
Yeah, looks like Hayden Guptill's going to put a little bit of pressure on there too. Hemi taking the shallow line. It's going to hurt him on the exit.
Front Crow in the background. So Ewan Baker's teammate. These guys, so far, a lot of them doing a bloody good job in the wetter conditions. We'll go back and we can have a look at a couple of these replays if we feel the need to, Corey.
Yeah, it's always good to pull up a bit of a replay.
Go back and have a look on the opening lap. What has happened to Ross Buck and Sim Black Sim Magic instant replay. Oh, bit of contact on the 24. It looked like Stu Patterson involved as well. The 24, I'm going to say, is Smythe. Yeah, contact with the outside wall there. Ali Gardner will pick up what's happened to Ali here. Under braking. Oh, a bit of contact from Corey Crossan by the looks. Spins her around.
Yeah, with the pack that close together, there's no chance of holding your position at this stage in the race.
Oh, look, a couple of cars off here, just not quite judging the braking right. And Mandela Pluck, he's going to be next up. Let's see what's happened to him. Oh, a bit of contact into the inside wall, or outside fence, I should say. Will this possibly lead to Harding? No. So it's all been all go. Oh, Harding just by himself turned it round.
Yeah, these cars being hard to drive at the best of times, but add a little bit of rain in there, so everybody's doing a good job so far, or most people. Caleb Beecroft, oh, that was a lucky escape for those two cars coming through there.
Yeah, that was a big contact there for Beecroft. Got airborne, smoked the fence. We pick up here a battle between, looks like Bryce Harding and Dan Hole. Oh, and Harding turns it round. So again, they had a bit of rain and the carnage flows. Will we get a lid skid tonight, Corey? That's the question.
I was thinking about lid skids and was going to bring that up. Yeah, so I hope Kempy's watching. But yeah, no lid skids yet, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we've had a few on the streams as of late, none in the Hyperfiber League, but we were on a bit of a roll last week for a little bit. So we check out this gap now between Simmons, Mr. Baker back at second. 2.8 seconds there or thereabouts for him. So we've got a bit of work to do. The rain does, however, look like it has stopped. Currently not falling.
Yeah, the latest weather update from Shiro. It's currently not raining at all. It's as you can see there on these nice pictures here inside Ewan Baker's car here. It's clearing up, looking nice.
Get behind that. Changing conditions. We'll keep an eye on their lap times because no doubt they will start dropping as well. Check out some of the camber changes here. Riding on board with Baker, currently sits second. Currently driving, representing Kiwi Sim Racing.
We'll be looking for the times to go a little bit faster than quali, which was 1:47 for Xavier Simmons was his quali time. So we'll be looking for times to shoot into the 1:46s as the track dries up. It'll be getting even faster than that.
Yeah, two right last time by for Simmons, a 1:47.232. It's a little bit off his best time.
Yeah, because we'll be just keeping an eye on everything to see if anybody comes into the pits and grabs themselves some dry tyres.
Battle going on here. Oh, Scott Hassler gets a little bit out of shape. George Mills gets the pass done. James Mills, in fact, comes up. James Mills on one place and George on the other. What have you got on your screen, Corey?
What, George?
You got George on?
What was he? 242? Yep. I've got George Mills through SDK.
Going to say that it is James Mills driving. I know all the information being updated by Xavier. So we are more contact just further back there. It's just about to say we're almost halfway through this one. Race number 1 of the night, course race number 2 with that invert. And Did you say that was a top 10 invert?
Yeah, top 10 invert. So Luke Swan's sitting on the cusp currently.
Notice that.
He's up 3 spots into the top 10. But our biggest movers so far is Hayden Guptill and Cal James and Sam Woodall, all up 5 positions. Craig Brock up 7, Alex Struler up 7.
And I got James Mills up 8. George Mills, James Mills. Actual name is James. iRacing username is George. There you go. So it is James Mills. Just getting that through in the chat from Devon. Great work. So Connor Brody's had a moment out there, Corey. Drops through the order, now down to P8.
Yeah, getting currently swallowed up by Corey Crossan, and looks like Luke Swan's going to get in amongst that too.
So it looks like possibly a moment with Corey Crossan. We'll have to go back and have a look at that replay. There's Connor Brody now, clear damage to that car, comes down pit lane. We will go back and have a bit of a look at what has happened here for Connor Brody. We'll bring up that Black Sim Magic instant replay.
Do you put on dry tyres if you're Connor Brody?
Oh, it's got to be too wet surely. We'll have a look here what's happened for Connor Brody. And it's just by himself.
Lightly wet. Yeah, track lightly wet now, so dry tyres probably would give us a small advantage.
Yeah, so big contact there with that inside fence.
He stayed on wets though, I believe. He's come back out.
Go back live. Hopefully, is the picture any clearer tonight, Matt? Tell me that, since we've changed it. Actually looks pretty good on the Twitch I'm watching at the moment. Simmons, though, race leader, 1.5 seconds now. And to tell you what, he has been in some sort of form in these Porsches as of late, Corey.
Yeah, he's definitely stamped his authority on it, hasn't he? Him and that Mo.
Yeah, the old flying moustache, how good. See that banking there through the last corner. Right on board here with Simmons as he begins lap number 8 of 15. That track looking like it's starting to dry out. Lap time's not really dropping that much, to be fair.
Yeah, it's going to be the tyres. They're going to be getting hotter. So you're going to be looking for some people who are going to struggle, especially if they're in the dry line. You're going to be looking for wet patches on the road, try and keep those tyres cool.
So what are you thinking, Corey? Are we going to see some drivers perhaps start that next race on slicks, or how's the weather looking? Is it going to start rolling in before that last race, or any updates?
It looks like it's fairly clear now, and I'm not too sure. I think it's going to stay nice for the rest of the race. So the track currently lightly wet state is what it's classed as, so 17-degree track, so it's still quite cool. So Heath Mannering just having a bit of an issue.
It's a great shot here from inside the 314 of Simmons. Stretching that lead out. The Tauranga, part of that fast lane team.
Fast lane esports.
Bit minimal on minimised on the camera angles tonight. Seems to be drying. Yeah, I felt the same when we were riding on board. It certainly seemed like the track was drying up, but the second you go outside, you see the spray still coming off the back of the cars. Baker still sits P2, McCartan back at P3 after Connor Brody's mishap. Partridge has done a good job in this race, currently sits P4.
Yeah, he has. He's done a great job managed to get it up 3 spots from where he started into P4.
It's got to be one of the most treacherous corners, wouldn't it? That one, that banked corner in the wet. Oh. Easy to make a mistake. Josh Mertens now up into the top 5, having another good run out there. And that number 35, and behind him it is Brady Stanley, teammate of course, to Mertens. We go back to Groenewald in 7th. I don't know if he's even moved this race, has he?
He's up 3 spots. Jack? Yeah.
Try and bring this up on the...
James Mills up 10 now though, so he's our biggest mover. Craig Brock up 9.
Luke Swan is into 8.
Yeah, Grant Crow now on the cusp. The 10th position, pole for race 2.
Yeah, you can see it live on your screen. And Connor Brody down 21 positions. And there we go, lap times now, 1:46.993 for race leader Simmons. And I'd say it could start to be a bit of a trend.
Real good battle going on. Ali Gardner, Scott Hasler, and Mandela Pluck and George Mills getting into it.
Sam Waddell just runs a little bit wide there.
Yeah, Mandela Pluck putting big heat on.
Oh yeah, look at that. Is that Hassler? No, it's not Hassler. Is that a lap car, is it? The 242. Oh, it's James Mills. It's Mr. Mills.
Oh, right, it's 2, yeah.
Lightning McQueen livery or Red Bull. Yeah, they're the turn 1 wreckers. Just reading the Twitch chat there. Well, I'll tell you what, closing stages already in the opening race of the... Oh, big mistake from Pluck and Hasler.
Yeah, Hasler goes wide too, but he's managed to get back onto the track.
Hasler only just missed him. That was a very huge moment. So we pick up Alex Schuler here on the screen. Campaigner in the Porsches. He done the last season, I believe.
Murray Hole and Bryce Harding are the 2 cars in behind him.
Yeah, it's a good place to have your concentration at the moment if you are part of that Hyperfibre League, no doubt.
Corey crossing around.
You and a lot of...
Facing the wrong way.
Oh, crossing, eh? Well, there we go, on the 15. But Simmons is the Xavier Simmons show at the moment. Well in control of race number 1, almost out to 2 seconds over Baker, who hasn't got anything for him at this stage.
Oh, Ewan Baker.
Oh, in fact, he's made a mistake, a rare mistake from Baker, and that's let McCartan through. So perhaps just pushing a bit too hard, trying to close that margin to Simmons, and it's all gone wrong for him. Drops back another position. Alex Schuler, been on night shift. There you go. Yeah, I was just saying, he's a regular campaigner of these Porsches at Virtual Racing Aotearoa. Looks like a bit of passing going on further back through the field. Oh, problems again for Harding, in fact. Him and Schuler, by the looks, have come together.
Yeah, I've got Ross Buchan backwards as well. So late in the race, I'm guessing at the track drying out, these tyres are getting hot, and these cars are getting really hard to keep control of.
Go back and look at a bit of a replay here of this moment from Harding. Oh, he's just absolutely sent it in. made contact with the 63 of Alex Schuler. And Ross Buchan, you were just saying he had a bit of an issue. Turns it around himself, in front of, that looks like Mandela Pluck, was it? So we'll go back live, laps counting down. I thought you were making a comeback, Devon, tonight. I thought we were going to see that machine of yours back out in the field mixing it up.
The track definitely drying out now, so look for to be a lot better in the feature race, in which at the moment Hamish Barnhill sitting in 10th. So he'll be looking at starting off the front of the feature race at this stage. 2 laps to go.
Simmons though, look at that, 3.4 second lead now over Stefan McCartan, who sits back in second. Ewan Baker in third. Partridge, a great showing from him up in fourth. Has got Merdens in behind. Sure if Merdens is going to be able to close that gap. It looks like we've lost Brady Stanley. He's dropped back to 7th. And has Swan
a few cars finding it a little difficult towards the end of this race.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, since Xavier set that lap time, no one else has dropped below that 147 as of yet. Everyone's still mid 147s. Oh, and as I say that, look at that, Baker.
Yeah.
Baker goes and sets the quickest lap. 146.971, and that is compared to a 146.993 of Simmons. Nothing in it. No, there's been a few incidents, nothing major. No Auckland motorway type incidents tonight, Tomo.
No big pile-ups.
Yeah.
Definitely no lid skids. We're disappointed.
Yeah, no lid skids tonight, as of yet. Hey, we still got a 20-minute race ahead of us. Anything can happen, but it is so far the Xavier Simmons show. In race 1 at Zandvoort, came into the night with a fairly healthy championship lead and is going to extend it in race number 1. Stefan McCartan, he's had a great start to the season, didn't he? Took out the first win, I think it was the first race. And then we saw he went missing for a couple of weeks.
Yep, I believe he had a pretty valid excuse for not being there. I believe he did mention something to me, but yeah, looking to finish the season strong and grab as many points as he can to get higher up, obviously just inside the top 10 at the start of this race, but second place would definitely net him a bit of a gain.
White flag in the air for Simmons, race leader, and look at that. 146.808 for Simmons last time by.
Yeah, 46s from the top 3.
Yeah, just noticed that.
Last time by.
Yeah, all starting to light up the timing screens. Everyone else though still down in, well, a lot of them down in the 148s at the moment, so these guys certainly setting the pace for the meantime. But Simmons is...
the podium looking pretty set at the moment.
Yeah, Simmons
for sure,
just,
Xavier Simmons up the front.
He is just taking control of this one, hasn't he? Left everyone behind in his spray. A great drive from Simmons, and no doubt he will be happy about that. Bit of seat time too for Thursday night. He had a brilliant opening round for that, for the Hyperfiber League.
Yeah, quite a number of drivers, competitors in that league currently in here as well.
Simmons, he's only got a few corners to go, I believe. And he will claim race number 1, round 5 of the Porsche Carrera Cup Championship. Simmons gets it done, race 1 from McCartan. Bacon brings it home third after making a mistake. And look at that lap time on the last lap for Simmons, a 1:46.686. Brendan Partridge, he's going to bring it home P4. Mertens gets that top 5. Gronwald home in 7. Brady Stanley, we'll see. Well, there's not even a battle for it, but it is Guptill home in 10th, and he is going to be your pole sitter for race number 2. Crossan home in 11th, followed by Barnhill and James Mills. Well, that is race 1 in the books. Oh, big slide there from McCartan, absolutely sending it SVG styles.
Yeah, you needed to keep the chandle up at then, I reckon.
Keep sending it, you reckon?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll get these results up on screen for you. We saw them cross the line, but dominating from Simmons in race number 1. A 4-second victory.
Those top 3, they got away from everybody.
Yeah.
22 seconds back, Brendan Partridge.
Yeah, certainly cleared out, didn't they? Making a bit of a statement in the championship. So we see where the rest of these finishers came home. Connor Brady done a good job managing to get it back up into P17. Any other noticeable incidents?
A little bit of rain still falling here. So that's just in the warm-up. So you see on your screen there, the rain just starting to come back again. So it's like a light shower going to come across the track over warm-up. So we'll see how much time there is between warm-up and race.
I'll tell you what, you want to take care of this. Simmons in the waiting room. I'm just going to go grab myself a drink and you can have a chat to race 1 winner, Corey.
Will do. Look back on the right, here we go. There, race 1 winner tonight, Xavier Simmons. How was that, mate?
Hey, g'day guys. Hard work to say the least. As much as you're like trying to keep the car as straight as you can, it wants to step out on you. It's a bit wild.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to get a little bit wet before the feature race as well. So those wet tyres will be staying on the car for sure, won't they?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to try and make them last long. I was really struggling at the end there, but I have a feeling that was because the track had sort of dried up. But yeah, we'll see how this next race goes. I have to actually pass some cars this time, so yeah, that's going to be another challenge in itself.
Yeah, starting off 10th for that second race. You're familiar with that. You've had to do that already this season, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's not the easiest thing to do. And you've got another 25 odd drivers behind you that want to get past you. So yeah, it'll be a challenge, but yeah, it should be a bit of fun.
Oh, it's great to see a little bit of luck following you around at the moment, my friend. And anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, just a quick shout out to the Fastlane guys, SB Tools New Zealand, Hartley Race Engines, 17RC, System Decal, and Sidebite Media.
Awesome, there we go. Xavier Simmons, winner from race 1. Race 2 coming up very shortly, about less than 3 minutes time, Brad.
Yeah, into it. I'll tell you what, cars on track, I believe. A couple of cars getting a bit of a run, checking out the conditions before we head into race number 2, course 20 laps. The distance for that one.
Who we got on screen there? Is that
that
Hamish
is
or
Scott
Scott
Hasler.
Right, yeah, so Scott's on drives. I can tell you, Hamish Cleland has gone out and warm up on drives. Ellie Gardner also out on drives, but she's just spun, gone back to pits. We'll see if that D changes to a W on her on the timing screen. I think starting on wets would be the best bet. I think this little bit of rain could throw anybody any doubt.
Yeah, you'd have to be pretty brave, wouldn't you, to put a set of dries on there. You can see the rain actually it cleared off towards the end of the first race, and now certainly visible on the screen, and seems to be getting heavier. See it on the screen there of Hasler. So we ride on board on the gyro cam. Just over a minute to go.
Yeah, I think just watching Hamish Cleland, he's on dry tyres and having an absolute hard time. Ellie Gardner knows she's decided to put some wets on and she's going to get back out on track. So I think, yeah, wet tyres for the start of this one, Brad.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, tomorrow night, Corey, you guys at the Broadcasting Lounge back in action for the V8 Supercars. Is it round 2 tomorrow night?
It is, yeah, round two. Oh, you put me on the spot.
What is it? Is it the spring?
VIR. Yeah, VIR tomorrow night. Yeah, V8 Supercars.
Yeah, is it the spring?
Yeah, spring series.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So their series are running the 4 seasons of VRA racing, basically. So you got spring, winter, autumn, and summer.
And you'll be able to tune into that on. Is it the New Zealand Sim Racing Twitch, the Broadcast Lounge YouTube and Facebook?
Yeah, it should be on the Broadcasting Lounge Facebook, YouTube, and NZ Sim Racing TV, Twitch and YouTube. While Kiwi Sim Racing is having a bit of a hiatus, while Matt's pretty busy with what he's up to.
Well, we'll be live with, I believe we'll be back live tomorrow night with the Radical series that they are running at the moment. So we'll be live here on Twitch, THD_Brad, or on our Facebook page, of course, THD Sim Sports Productions. Go give us a follow and keep up to date with what is going on. Matt is going to try and race the Radicals. We could be in for a lid skid then, surely.
Ooh, it should be a bloody helmet skid in one of those, wouldn't it?
Yeah, helmet skids, absolutely. Yeah. And I tell you what, we're not...
That sounds dangerous.
I don't think we're going to get time to run some grids in this one. All the cars almost on track, Corey. So we'll just get straight into the action. It is Hayden Guptill and Crow off the front row, though. Luke Swan and Stanley will be off row 2. Looks like Gronwald and Mertens will round out row 3.
I'm not sure if anybody's going to go out on dry tyres, but
tell you what, we should be able to.
Everyone's on wets. No, we've got Hamish Cleland, Mandela Pluck.
There we go. So
car on dries.
Well, Partridge, Simmons, and Mandela Pluck and Caleb Beecroft are all on dries, according to my.
Still a bit of spray. That track's wet.
As I say that, everybody is on wets by the looks, Corey.
Okay, I've got 2 cars showing on dries through SDK.
Oh, yeah. Mandela Pluck, yep, you are correct.
Yeah, Jaco Venta is the other one.
So I'll tell you what, sun is out, but plenty of spray still coming off the back of these cars, and it is Hayden Guptill who has the early lead here in race number 2.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit more rain's actually going to come in shortly as well, so unfortunately it's going to get wet. But a compulsory pit stop for this race, Brad. They're going to need obviously a little bit of fuel to get home.
Well, that spices that up a little bit as well, doesn't it? So watch for contact further back. That was between Gardner and Hasler, I believe. Oh, and that is Cale James possibly around facing the wrong direction, and it is covered off everywhere early in race number 2. Longer distance, and I tell you what, they are elbows out early in race number 2.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be out there on dry tyres.
Not at all. Look at the spray. We'll jump on board with one of these guys and just check out the conditions at the moment. It is Baker who we will ride on board with. Great scenes here. You can see the spray and a drying line, clear dry line on the track. He's going to get a, oh, I was going to say he'd get past done, but doesn't. And then we get round the corner, Corey, and that spray wiper working. Baker's got a good drive here. On teammate Crow, gets the pass done.
Yeah, well, the fastest way around this track is not going to be on the racing line at the moment, so that's what we saw there by you and Baker on the inside. 3 wide going into turn 1. We've got Hamish Cleland. Somebody's gone wide. I didn't quite catch who it was.
Yeah, we had a couple of cars dropping through the order momentarily just then. But
Bryce Harding up 10 spots. That first lap, that is outstanding if that's correct.
Who has?
Bryce Harding got him up 10 spots.
Oh. Yep, I've got that as well. Big mover. So Harding from 25 to 15 in the space of 2 laps.
Yeah, that's a heck of a jump.
But Graham Smythe, he's your biggest mover, up 14. So Smythe has gone, I'm just trying to pick him up in my order. I'm assuming he started dead last in this one. Currently sits P19, going up and down. Bit of a battle going on further down at the moment. It's 76 of Craig Brock, 2 of Hasler. And Harding is on an absolute charge. He's just got another pass done, now up into 14.
Is he? Obviously loving these wet conditions at Zandvoort.
Yeah, trying conditions for some, but Harding is seeming to enjoy the current conditions. You can see the rain still falling fairly heavily.
No sign of it going away at the moment either. Looking at the weather window box that I've got here to look at.
Yeah, certainly we saw at the start of the race it looked like a bit of sunlight, but to be rain coming down. Sorry?
Jaco Venter has gone in the pit lane to get rid of those dry tyres and put some wets on. So at least Mandela Pluck, the only car out there on dry tyres at the moment.
Oh, Baker there into the back of Merden's, giving him the hurry up.
And that track is classed wet again now.
Yeah, certainly that rain getting heavier out there at the moment, Corey. So drivers have made a great decision to stay on the wet tyres, as we see Groenewald here. Looked like he was going to have a look at Luke there, but Swan all over the back of Guptill for the race lead. Great little battle going on here. Of course, Luke Swan was our championship leader, just a dominating start to the season. But, missed last week and turned the championship on its head with Simmons moving up to the top.
Yeah, be looking to gain some points back here, but obviously they're just getting passed by Jack Bronwell, who's up 3 spots into P2.
I'll tell you what, Guptill here seems to be backing up the field a little bit, so driver's going to have to be pretty patient here.
Right, just starting up into the top 10 out of 15 spots.
He is on an absolute mission.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? And Graham Smythe, though, he's up 16 spots into P17 there now.
Yeah, so last time by, that was Harding's quickest lap of the race at 150.446. This time at 150.516. Everyone else, except Baker by the looks, in the 151s, 152s. In fact, Simmons, last time by a 149.523. Set the quickest lap of the race.
Brody there catching up to Bryce Harding as we switched to camera.
Yeah, it's just Mertens there, all over the grass. No, in fact, it was Stanley.
You don't want to be on the grass in these conditions. That track is classed as moderately wet now.
Oh, contact Groenewald and Swan. Groenewald 2, big moment. Manages to gather it back up somehow.
Yeah, down a half a dozen spots though. Luke Swan manages to recover it, only losing a couple. Puts Brady Stanley up into second, and Ewan Baker now are up onto the podium in third.
And amongst all that, Guptill has managed to stretch out by a second. So was under a fair bit of pressure. And the second and third running cars make contact. Oh, and again, Stanley, a mistake.
He'll have a slowdown, I think, too, now to serve. You're on a black flag, I'd say.
So that'll elevate Baker up into P2 now. Luke Swan looking to make up for that moment off track.
Black flag's out for Carl James and James Mills.
Could be for penalties, contact.
Graham Smythe, probably just a black flag for coming up everywhere. Got slowdowns coming up for people, but 3 cars on a black flag, so I'm not too sure what they've done.
Oh, interesting. Oh, Simmons sneaks up in the background on these two. And he's going to want to make pretty short work of this. Hayden Guptill now is under pressure from Baker, so all of a sudden, it's starting to go off everywhere on the circuit.
Could be for incidents, Brad. So those 3 drivers could have hit the incident limit. They would have got a black flag, and they might have to do a drive-through. So that's Graham Smythe, Carl James, and James Mills.
Well, that is very early in the race too to be serving penalties. Only 5 laps in. Obviously, come unstuck a few times out there.
Could be for anything. Could be, yeah, a black flag could be for stiff. But I'm not too sure what they're for. I don't have that information. It'd be cool if I could have it.
It certainly would be. I haven't had too many incidents up on my screen as we look for a pass for the race lead. Baker moves into the front on lap number 5. And Swan there's had a bit of a moment. Oh, a big slide off the corner from Connor Brodie, I believe, there too. So, I think it's starting to get tricky again. Baker.
Yeah, that.
Oh, sorry, Corey, where you go?
Yeah, that rain is just not holding. It's not slowing up. It's getting worse. it's getting heavier.
And look who is fast approaching now, works his way onto the podium. There's Simmons. Oh, and there's a mistake from Guptill too. So Simmons now up into P2 just like that.
Great first half of this race.
Oh, Baker now!
He's gone wide. He's hit the fence, so might just reporting a little bit of damage, Ewan Baker, but it's Xavier Simmons right on the bumper now of that Kiwi Sim Racing Porsche.
Well, that was a huge moment, and Baker's made another mistake, so just like that, Simmons takes the lead. And I'll tell you what, is he our new wet weather specialist, Simmons? He is having one of those nights tonight. It's Groenewald, you see him in the background, looking for a pass on Stanley to move into a podium spot. So just like that, positions swapping around. And Simmons, Simmons off the track now. Oh, it is. Oh, it just shows the conditions. Baker back in front.
Why? Just back and forth like a yo-yo, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon. But
Xavier now going to get down the inside of you and
Baker. More contact!
He saved it, but it's going to put him vulnerable here. Brady Stanley's can only get a pass done on Xavier here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Giving each other a bit of a tickle up out there. As we are 7 laps in, rain pouring down here at Zandvoort. Baker is your race leader. We've seen just like that, so easy to make a mistake. And surely Mandela Pluck is coming down pit lane for some wets by now. No, he's retired.
Parked it, yes.
Along with
Corey Cross and Graham Smythe also parked it for the night.
We'll check the progress of Harding. He's up to 9th. So, dare say he is your biggest mover, up 16. Massive run from Harding. Oh, another mistake from Simmons. Just ran a bit wide. So really, it's a battle of survival. Gronwald there, he's made another mistake gone wide. And now Luke Swan moved up to 4th, but oh, he's back. It's going to kind of say he's had a bit of a technical issue there. Oh, big slide from Stanley. So these guys are on the edge out there at the moment. One little mistake and man, she's costly at the moment. See Ross Buchan on screen.
Big incident for Carl James. Massive damage on the back of that car.
Big moment, did he? We could go back and have a look at what has gone wrong. Looks like he's had a few issues leading.
Yeah, meatball flag up for him now, so they tore a pit lane for some repairs.
Yeah, it certainly is. It looks very treacherous. Oh, it's similar to what we saw with Baker, but he has sent it into the fence hard there, so big contact with the fence for Cale James. We had any other big moments out there? Looks like Grant Crowe, whoops, has possibly had an issue out here. Just turns it around himself.
We kiss of the fence.
Partridge possibly having a moment out there as well. Oh, there you see the 10. Is that Cale James? I believe it is, and the 10 will go back live just a few.
Murray Hull, I think, might be 10. Yep.
So he is. Cale James, number 29. So, Crowe down pit lane. Possibly cars now get some of these stops out of the way. Because I can't see anyone going on slicks, that's for sure, Corey.
No, I wouldn't think that's a good idea. Hayden Guptill has been down the lane. He looks to be the first car in the order that has made a stop.
Right on board here with Simmons as he looks to go to work on the 34 of Baker. You can just see how that spray is just affecting the driver. All over that window. Car almost disappears. Baker, you just see that little lamp on the back of the car.
Definitely the rain intensifying a little bit here as well. It's gotten a little bit heavier.
Different lines through turns 1. Fairly evident there between Simmons and Baker. And again, Baker made a mistake there. By the looks, got it a little bit wrong. Simmons able to close that margin again.
Yeah, you want to stay off that racing line. Good to see where the racing line is. And you can see the other part of the track, nice and shiny, and that's what you want to be driving over in these wet tyres.
Yeah, I think you want to stay off those ripple strips, that's for sure. They seem to claim a few of the old curbs. Simmons sits just over half a second off the back of Baker. Luke Swan all out by himself at the moment in P3.
Yeah, that's our top 3 in the championship there, in no particular order as well, the top 3 in this race.
Oh yeah, Baker, Simmons and Swan. And it was a big point turnaround, wasn't it? The difference missing a week. I think he had a fairly comfortable lead, didn't he, going into last week?
That was fairly close. I think Ewan Baker and then David Simmons, I think, were sitting in 3rd. So he's managed to jump 2 spots last week with that race win, and I think podium as well.
It's Brady Stanley. Oh, there he is. Gronwald back at 6. We've seen a few off-track excursions for him tonight. Run it quite a few times into the sand trap. Still sits not bad position in P6. Looking for a pass now on Mertens. It's going to get it done too. Moves up into P5. And this man Harding, what a run he's had. Huge run so far.
It's heating up there. Xavier Simmons getting right on the back of Ewan Baker.
Okay, you see it now.
And Joe's going to come up the inside here. They got fairly close.
I could tell you, I'd say that Ellie Gardner just pitted. We can bring that up. Should tell us, unless she's one of the cars that we aren't picking up tonight.
Obviously Xavier not happy with that pass there on Ewan Baker. He's given that position back.
So down pit lane at the moment by looks for Gardner. His front runners yet to stop. Top 8 cars yet to stop. Stefan McCartan, your first car.
Must have been an issue there for Ali Gardner. She's looks like she's towed to the pits.
Oh, was that a mistake from Baker?
Short Ray. He takes the shortcut. He's going to have a slowdown here now. Ewan Baker, he's going to have to serve that. Going to put him under a little bit of pressure from Luke Swan, is it?
Yep. It will be Swan in P3. I'm just having a look through my events, and I can't see anything for Ellie Gardner, so interesting.
She was on a meatball anyway, so she's cleared the meatball now, sitting on a black flag, obviously for something. So she's sitting in pit lane. Looks like she may have given up for the evening.
Parked it. Had enough of the wet weather for 1 week.
Oh, she's back out there. No, what a trooper. Legend.
So Simmons, race leader, yet to stop. And Baker down pit lane now. Has he? Yeah, he's down pit lane.
Hey, he's on a black flag.
Who, Baker?
Yeah, so I'm guessing that could be for incidents.
Wow, okay. Oh,
Ellie
Simmons!
It's on a black flag. Could have been speeding in pit lane for her on the way out, maybe, and now she's going to have to go back through to serve that.
Big mistake for race leader Simmons. Gone well wide into the kitty litter. And Swan is going to be your new race leader. That was a big moment for Simmons. He's going to drop back to 3rd. Stanley now moves up to P2.
Right place, right time for Luke Swan. Just everything opens up for him.
Yeah, that was a massive moment for Simmons. Looked like he just went to apply the brakes, and next thing you know, he is in the sand trap. DeGain is going to have to work his way back to the front. Oh, now a moment for Swan. Race leader's made a mistake, so Brady Stanley, can he get his turn out front now? Simmons, another mistake. Gronwald moves up to 3rd.
Across that sand trap.
Yeah, this is just erupting at Zandvoort. Position swapping left, right and centre. Stanley now looking to put some pressure on race leader Swan. Just like that. All shuffles around.
So I'm just looking at Hayden Guptill's the first of our cars that have made a pit stop.
McCartan.
He's currently sitting in P12.
McCartan.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
P7. He stopped about 3 laps ago.
I haven't got any data there for him. Damn SDK.
To my stints, he has done 3 laps since he stopped.
Right, well, he's in P7. So look for him to make a little bit of a jump maybe. He's pretty crafty with his pit stops, Stefan Milk Carton.
The milk carton.
Yeah, it's one I'll never forget.
Yeah, that was a great call on Thursday night. Simmons looking to put some pressure on Gronwald and get himself back on the podium, and just like this is top four, nothing in it between them as Stanley putting pressure on Swan, looking for a way past.
It's the same thing, different drivers, different week, isn't it? Top four near the end of the race, just battling it out.
Yep.
No matter where we are, there's some familiar names there, but there's always somebody new hanging around. So Brady Stanley getting in the mix this week.
Yeah, so you're right. Of course, while we get a bit of a moment this Wednesday night for NSCAR sees us head to the last great Coliseum of Bristol, and that is sure to provide some fantastic racing. I believe 250 laps, unless I'm being led astray, but
Xavier Simmons down the lane as well. Josh Moonan's following him. Yeah, no, that track definitely looks like a bit of work, doesn't it?
oh yes, it certainly will be an eventful night. Of course, the playoffs underway in the NSCAR Championship.
It was at week 2 of the playoffs, isn't it?
Yep, week 2 this week of that playoff series.
So how many weeks before it drops down to 10 from 15?
I believe we have 3 races for the top 15.
Awesome.
And then I think it's 2 for the top 10.
Well, shout out to Kyle Matthews, one of our KRF drivers who's managed to make it in to the playoffs.
Oh, is he? He must be in the plate championship, yeah?
I'm not too sure exactly where he is. I think he's in amongst it there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly is going to be a another ripper race. The big question, can anyone stop that Sigma dominance? Those guys are on top form at the moment, especially that man in the 63 of Wick Dilworth. He is in red hot form as of late. Oh, big moment for Stanley. So again, it is that corner is catching a lot of drivers out tonight, isn't it?
It definitely is. And I just noticed Bryce Harding sitting in 4th place. It's up 21 spots. Hasn't been through the pits yet, but we'll take that one. We 21 spots.
Yeah, too right. Been a great run from him. And I'll tell you what, McCartan, I was just going to say, he's managed to come out in front of Simmons after that pit stop.
Oh, they're definitely a good effort.
And you just seen him
Jack
make
one roll down the lane now.
You just saw him make a big mistake too, so manages to hold on to it, however. So these guys are your first cars to stop McCartan and Simmons.
Yeah, Jack Ronwald just on the way out of the lane. He's going to pop in just behind these two as well. And amongst it, here he is right there.
Yeah, nice and close. So it'll be interesting to see when Swan comes down pit lane. It's looking a bit skatey again there. Manages to hold on to it. And these guys are they're doing a brilliant job. These guys that are managing to stay on the track, no doubt. Pretty trying conditions out there at the moment. And I should say, and girl. Ellie Gardner. Only female representative in the field.
Yeah, credit to her. She's been mixing it with the boys most rounds. Obviously, this wet weather's a whole different kettle of fish to get your head around, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tell you what, I would have been out turn 1, lap 1, no doubt about that.
I would have just left the server as soon as it was raining.
So, joined it, rain. Oh well, that's me done,
yep.
Boys. Load the car up, we're going home.
Pack her up, boys. I've had enough.
Oh boy, just trying to see. Ewan Baker down in P18 has just gone quickest lap of the race. The 149.381. It's been a rough night for Baker tonight, hasn't it?
It has, yep. That's definitely going to affect his championship points. So he'll be looking to make up as much ground as he can in these last 5 laps of the race.
While Harding in 3rd. It's been a great drive from Harding, yet to stop. Obviously the top 3 cars.
Is it Stefan McCartan in the lane?
Oh, so he's coming again, so he's had to stop twice then. So possibly a penalty maybe earlier on.
Oh, yep. He's just done a drive-through for a black flag.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so he's cleared that. I believe a lot of these ones tonight will be incidents, because in the rain, it's, you know, it only takes a little gate off the road and, you know, that's an incident point.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, does it? And here we go, the battle for the lead again. Starting to ignite. Brady Stanley. Can he find a way past Luke Swan?
Yeah, it wouldn't be Monday night VRA Porsche racing without a close finish, would it?
Not at all. Certainly has provided some great racing so far this series, and for the first time a bit of rain on the circuit, so it's good to see. Changing conditions as Swan there disappears momentarily.
Houdini.
Yeah, bit of magic tricks going on.
Xavier Simmons fastest lap of the race that last time round, a 1:48.59.
Getting a bit of pace late in the race.
Yeah, he's anybody around him, he's at least 2 seconds quicker than Bryce Harding in front of him. And Jack Ronhold looks like he pitted maybe last lap round, but it was a 2:08, so not a very quick one.
Yep, certainly did. So those stunts, he has done one lap since stopping, but it is still Luke Swan who holds the race lead. Of course, these two yet to stop. Oh, Swan's made a mistake, turns it round while leading, and that is going to be costly. Can he get it turned round facing the right direction? Swan losing plenty of time as Harding now moves up into P2. And Swan, that is going to hurt him big time. New race leader, however, Brady Stanley now out front. And
of course, he managed to have, he's had a win this season as well.
I'll tell you what, it'd be interesting to see how many lead changes we've had tonight. Don't know.
Yeah, that is a good stat.
Sure if I can bring that up. Doesn't look like it. Everything but there certainly has been a few drivers making mistakes and then getting themselves back into the action. Show us the other TV camera. When did Matt send me that? Ages ago. Matt, I can't because this is a new track. New-ish track. Stanley, race leader, into the pits.
Yeah, taking that pit stop.
So Harding, is he going to come down pit lane or is he going to get himself a lap lead? Nah, he's stopping as well. So we'll see where they...
Yeah, three laps to go.
I was going to say, is Swan staying out again? But no, he comes down pit lane, so it's going to be Simmons who should inherit the race lead, and he does just that. You see the gap back to Stanley, and Simmons goes quickest lap in the race. 1:48.585, and everyone else is in the 150s.
Yeah, Josh Merton's a 1:50.57 last time round, closest driver to Xavier.
So Simmons in a race of his own at the moment, 3.8 second lead over second place Stanley. Stanley's had a great race to find himself in P2. Jack Ronwald back in third. Looking to get himself a podium finish. Laps counting down.
Yeah, 4 to go.
Just 4 to go. I tell you what, when you add a bit of rain, the old race seems to fly by.
Ooh, we got a black flag there for Luke Swan now too, so Look for him to probably have to do a tour of the lane. Scott Hasler showing as well, the black.
He's having a Connor
Third one
Brody.
up.
Connor Brody's dropping through the
Yeah,
field.
meatball flag just come up for Connor Brody, so obviously sporting a bit of damage.
Oh,
Ewan Baker off again, he's lost his wang.
yeah, Baker's had a big moment there by the looks of things. Plenty of damage to the rear of that car, so that is going to be even harder to drive now, no doubt about that.
Yeah, lacking a little bit of aero, Ewan Baker, so yeah, that's a dreadful night for him so far.
Yeah, let's see if we can pull up what has happened. Got something for Connor Brody as well, so we can go back and have a look at that. It's like Baker here. Oh, he's just done it himself. Just certainly found the limits on that one. As the rear wing falls off after the fact.
In the disappearing fence.
Find out what's happened to Connor Brody here. So, oh, exact same thing as Baker. Look at that.
Yeah, he's going to be slamming that wall.
That was some big impact for Connor Brody.
It's been the story of the night, Brad. That car's going backwards into fences.
Yes.
Bryce Harding,
yes.
though, he's managed to get that pit stop out of the way and managed to get back out in 5th position. So that puts him up 20 for the race. So that's our biggest mover too.
Yeah, that is a brilliant charge from Harding. 15 seconds off the race of the lead.
Yeah, over half the field he's managed to get around.
Josh Murdens is going to pick himself up a top 5 finish. He remains there, just 3 to go. So you see here Hamish Barnhill. He'll have Luke Swan up the road in 7th at the moment. Partridge back in 8th position. Craig Brock, oh sorry, Partridge is in 9th. Craig Brock up into the top 10.
Got Hasler on a meatball flag now, obviously come unstuck there somewhere. He's down in 24th position currently. I think must have towed to the pits.
I've got 7 DNFs in this race at the moment.
Yeah, it's claiming victims this wet weather tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Stefan McCartan, Daniel Hole, Sam Waddell, Stu Patterson, Graham Smythe, Corey Cross and Vandella Pluck. All retired from the race. Just a couple to go now for race leader Simmons. He has.
Yeah, it hasn't been.
He's
hasn't
had
been a walk in the park.
No, it's been a very eventful race. Oh, who was that?
That was a dodgy rejoin, wasn't it?
Oh, Simmons! Oh, can he hold it together?
Yeah, he must have clenched his clenched there.
Yeah.
That was giant.
Not even
That
sure.
Mo
Oh, was that
just about would have jumped
Groenwald?
off his face.
Was that Groenwald? Groenwald seems to have dropped off the face of
That
the
was
earth.
a black car, I think. Looked like it was coming back onto the track, and looked like it could have been a back marker.
Yeah, I've got a moment for Hasler and a moment for Caleb Beecroft. Murray Hole as well, possibly. But Groenwald, something's happened to Groenwald. He has just dropped off the charts altogether.
Got him still in 8.
Click on him and he does not show.
All right.
So
Oh yeah, no, he's manually disconnected.
there you go. So Groenwald
Connor Brody gone too.
has left the building. Connor Brody gone as well. Yes, you're right. So that's blackout OPR. I wonder if they've got racing somewhere else, perhaps. Well, unless Brody's had a bit of an issue.
Yep, the weather we're going to put that one down to.
Yeah.
Hasn't been everybody's friend tonight.
No, white flag in the air. However, for Xavier Simmons, one more time around here at Zandvoort, and it is going to be a clean sweep for Simmons, new championship leader, and he is going to extend that lead big time tonight with Swan down in 6th and Ewan Baker having a race to forget down in P13 at the moment.
not a bad recovery because he was down in the 20s there at one stage.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Barnhill just dropping through the order a little bit at the moment. So we see Partridge and Cleland. Oh, it's quite deceiving, eh? The track almost looks like it's drying out, but it's absolutely pouring down. So I very much doubt it is drying out. Simmons, it's not bothering him at the moment. Leading the way, massive lead in fact, almost out to 10 seconds as the 10 of Howell has a bit of a moment in the background.
That might have been the car that was coming onto the track.
Yeah.
Earlier on.
But Simmons, checkered flag in the air, is going to get it done in race number 2. A clean sweep for him. Stanley, a great drive in a fast lane. 1, 2, 3 finish as Stanley brings it home P2, and Mertens rounds out the podium with a P3, and that man Harding, a brilliant drive to bring it home in 4th spot. And Hayden Guptill, good drive from him, rounds out the top 5, but Simmons, I tell you, he will be rather happy with that result. So we'll get your results up on screen. 11.5 second victory for Simmons over Stanley. We talk about dominance of Sigma Fast Lane Esports. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, dominating the top 10 in race number 2. Cheers, Legend Mac. Quickly go through the rest of the running order. Baker home in 13th, came into the championship in the top 3. Good recovery job in the end for him.
Yeah, that race from Bryce Harding, yeah, that's just 21 spots. It's pretty awesome. But
Yeah.
Phineas Venter up 18, Ross Buchan, Alex Schreller up 15, Hamish Cleland up 14. So good recovery from Hamish Cleland.
Yeah, certainly was. Here's your results from race number 2. Surely some of these guys will be joining us. The comms box. Simmons celebrates race number 2 with some donuts, attempted donuts. And that's just carrying on that form, isn't it, Corey? So one to watch for in the Hyperfiber League this coming Thursday night.
Yeah, Rich famous vein of form there from Xavier Simmons lately. He's had a really good run.
Certainly has. Just see if any of these other guys are going to come in for a chat. We'll just stand by momentarily. Just don't forget, tomorrow night on the New Zealand Sim Racing channels, we will have round 2 of the Supercar Spring Series.
Yeah, Supercars NZ Spring Series.
That's brought to you by the Broadcast Lounge, of course, live on their Facebook and YouTube channels as well. And we will be live, well, me and Kempy will be live tomorrow night with some radical racing at Kiwi Sim Racing, so that should be good to tune into. THD_Brad on Twitch, and of course on our Facebook channel, THD Sim Sport Productions. But looks like we have some drivers waiting in the wings. Corey will drag in our 3rd place getter, Josh Mertens, and you can have a bit of a yarn with him.
That's good. Yeah, Josh Mertens, that's 3rd place, race 2 tonight. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, can't complain, eh? Can't complain. I did not expect it at all, but it's worked out.
Yeah, a little bit of just trying to keep it consistent in this horrible weather.
Yeah, trying to keep it on the track, man, and I honestly, I did more rallycross than tarmac today, I felt like, but somehow survived.
I think you'll find most people on the field took a tour of the kitty litter. And how were those incident points for you? Was it getting pretty close towards the end to getting up to your 17?
I think I had 8 or 9, but it's just those 8 or 9 were all a long time spent in the gravel. So yeah, had plenty more in the back pocket. Not that I wanted to use them, but yeah, it was tough tonight. It was really just a matter of survival for sure.
We'll be hoping for a bit of clearer weather next week, eh?
Absolutely.
You got anybody you'd want to thank, mate?
Yeah, just everyone at Fastlane. What is it? Hartley Engines, 17RC, Sidebike Media. I guess myself for the liveries. I think they're pretty decent, hopefully. And yeah, just all the boys. It's been really good fun doing these series. So everyone at VRA, it's and you guys as well. It's awesome to be back in the sim for sure.
Awesome. There we go, folks. Josh Murden's our third place getter here, race 2 tonight. So we'll see you out there next week. Cheers, Josh.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers for the sub there, Harding. We'll drag in our second place finisher, Brady Stanley.
Yeah, second place tonight, Brady. How was that for you, mate?
Yeah, how are we? Yeah, not too bad. It's a bit slippery out there, but you know the boys kept it as clean as possible. There was a few moments from everybody, so. But that second race, the track was way trickier than the first one, so.
Yeah, a couple of cars decided to start the race on dry tyres. Bit of a mistake there.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. But that was good. Glad another podium is nice with the Fastlane boys. So.
No, well done,
great
mate.
time.
Yes, second place tonight, race 2 there, Brady Stanley. Anybody you want to shout out there, bud?
Just all the Fastlane boys for the comms tonight. Just SP Tools New Zealand, System Decal, Hartley Engine, Sidebike Media, and anyone else. Just thank you.
Awesome. There we go. Brady Stanley, our second place getter for race 2.
Alright, we'll drag in our race winner and round out our interviews.
And yet another victory. Lately, they've been coming thick and fast for Xavier Simmons, race winner, double race winner tonight for this sprint round here at Zandvoort. And Xavier, that was a few lead changes, a few trips across the dirt.
Yeah, I tried my best to throw it away, didn't I? I think I was facing backwards twice, and yeah, I don't even want to know how many times I was out in the kitty litter. Yeah, no, that was hectic. Yeah, it was definitely tough coming from P10. I had a horrible start, to be honest, and I was just so worried about. I hadn't been in the spray yet, and man, it was difficult to see. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked to still manage to come away with it after all of that.
Yep, it was hard enough for us to see in the comms box, mate. But yeah, those that one corner seemed to catch out just about everybody in the field at some point.
Yeah, I finally got the lead, and I was like, oh, I'll go back to my brake marker from race 1, and yeah, that was way too far off, and I was surprised I didn't even hit the fence. I went in there so fast. Yeah, so yeah, pretty lucky to say the least.
I'll tell you what, I'll just jump in here quickly. Xavier, been a lot of talk, obviously, more on our channel, the dominance of Sigma as of late, sort of in the NASCARs and stuff. But I'll tell you what, bit of a statement from Fastlane tonight in that second race. 1, 2, 3 finish, and also had Guptill, Partridge up inside the top 10 as well.
Yeah, we've been putting a bit of effort into this car, you know, obviously with a couple of us in the Hyperfiber League, and I think like our team's probably mostly dirt based, and I think the rain probably plays into our hands a little bit. Like, you've got to have really good car control, and obviously when you go around in circles on the dirt, you're chasing where the grip is when it goes slick. So yeah, it's a bit similar in the rain, and on the tarmac, you're sort of trying to stay away from the grip where it would normally be in the dry. So yeah, maybe it just sort of helped us tonight. But yeah, we've been ticking along really well, and I'm very proud of how the boys are performing and getting results.
Yeah, tell you right. Well, since I interrupted them as I keep going, mate, shout out your sponsors. I know the other fellas have given them a plug, but you may as well make it 3 times a charm.
Yeah, just quickly, thanks to you, Brad and Corey, for putting the stream on tonight. Much appreciated. Obviously, yeah, big shout out to the Fastlane boys. Podium lockouts are nothing to frown upon. So yeah, big shout out to SB Tools New Zealand, System Decal for the designs, Hartley Race Engines, 17RC, and Sidebite Media.
Awesome. Well, congrats on getting the job done tonight. Two race wins, in fact, and will no doubt extend that championship lead for you.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Awesome, cheers. Well, Corey, that about wraps things up for us, mate. Round 5 of the virtual racing Aotearoa Porsche Carrera Cup in the books. Next week, we head to Road Atlanta for the Super Sprint format. 3 races, 11, 15 and 19 laps the distance. How handy is that, having that in that chat, Corey?
It's good to have there, so we know what we're doing next week. One of my favourite tracks, Road Atlanta. So yeah, looking forward to that one.
So you're right. Well, until then, everybody have a good one. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be live with some Kiwi Sim Racing, Radical Racing on my channels, THD_Brad on Twitch and on Facebook, and of course that supercar round 2 of the supercars on the NZ Sim Racing TV channels, and of course the Broadcast Lounge channels. Until tomorrow night, enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers everyone for tuning in. Thanks to the guys who followed, subbed, all the rest. Have a good